So we live? All right. Good morning, everyone. And welcome to Common Ground Meditation Center. My name is Nancy Boler, and I have a feeling some of you have never been here before, and this might be your first time, so welcome. This is where I usually am every Friday morning, but yeah, it's a little bit unique circumstance, and I just feel so just happy to be able to offer yoga and to offer everyone a little bit of time to practice. So typically, how I would start my class is I usually start just sharing a little bit of the teachings, whether from the yoga tradition or maybe from the Buddhist tradition. And I thought I would share just a little reading from Thich Nhat Hanh, who is both a Buddhist teacher and a peace activist. And this is from his book called Being Peace. He says, many of us worry about the situation of the world. We don't know when the bombs will explode. We feel we are on the edge of time. As individuals, we feel helpless, despairing. The situation is so dangerous. Injustice is so widespread. The danger is so close. In this kind of situation, if we panic, things will only become worse. We need to remain calm, to see clearly. Meditation is to be aware and to try to help. I like to use the example of a small boat crossing the Gulf of Siam. In Vietnam, there are many people called boat people who leave the country in small boats. Often the boats are caught in rough seas or storms. The people may panic and boats can sink. But if even one person aboard can remain calm, lucid, knowing what to do and what not to do, he or she can help the boat survive. His or her expression, face, voice, communicates clarity and calmness, and people have trust in that person. They will listen to what he or she says. One such person can save the lives of many. Our world is something like a small boat. Compared with the cosmos, our planet is a very small boat. We are about to panic because our situation is no better than the situation of the small boat in the sea. You know that we have more than 50,000 nuclear weapons. Humankind has become a very dangerous species. We need people who can sit still and be able to smile, who can walk peacefully. We need people like that in order to save us. Mahayana Buddhism says that you are that person, that each of you is that person. So even though this was written several years ago, it really feels like this is written about this moment. So in the yoga practice then, we practice this calm, this almost generating this inner smile through the body, that we, let go of all of the ways that the mind wants to figure out how to be at ease in this time. And we just start to feel the body and start to breathe. I almost was thinking of the social distancing, and how if we have space between other beings, we could also notice, do we have space within us? And it might be really tight inside. So as we practice today, then let's explore internally and explore how the breath can really help, and how just some very basic moving and breathing can help us to develop this calm and this clarity. So I'm going to have you start just closing your eyes and just start to take some deeper breaths. Breathe through your nose if you can. As you start to feel the breath entering the body, maybe sense the whole body sitting up tall, the strength around your back, that spaciousness in your spine. Sensing the grounded quality of the body, the sitting, grounded, and then the levity or lightness moving up through the spine, around the heart. Waves of breath moving into the body. And you might notice if there's any tension that the breath kind of bumps into, to continue in your own way, just this soothing, nurturing breathing. And then just reach the arms out to the side, expanding out, and aware of the throat and the mouth, bringing space through the throat, space around the heart, and just start to move your hands around. Breathing through the nose, circling the hands, moving the wrists. And then just dropping your left hand down, reaching up through that top arm, opening the side of the body, and continuing to keep the throat really soft. And then just switching sides, lifting the chest, and possibly just soften the face. Softening the lips now as you move back and forth. So as we continue here, I'm going to be instructing, and then Andrew is behind me, and he's going to be really doing the yoga part of it. I have a microphone on, and I might not be able to really move freely. Breathing and moving back and forth, sensing your spine, and that continued awareness of your throat, and that you can just keep your throat really soft, even how your breath is cleansing and purifying this space. Give yourself this time fully. Breathe way down to your belly. And then as you let this go, we'll just bring the arms down, and you can release your seated pose completely. Undo your legs. If you're sitting cross-legged, and just take the legs in front of you. You might lean back a little bit and open the feet, and just start to drop the knees back and forth, really loose. Lots of space in your belly. Hips just moving, kind of loose through the hips. And then you're going to go ahead and just recline right back onto your backside and just hug your knees into your chest. Just a little squeezing in, and feel your back against the floor, lengthening through the spine. And then go ahead and just reach your legs up and reach your arms up towards the ceiling. And now you're going to rotate your hands and your feet. Just Ankles moving, wrists moving, breathing through your nose. And then bend the right knee. Bring the right knee into the chest. You can grab that right thigh and then lower the left leg down all the way. Extend the left leg against the floor. Big breath to the belly. And then go ahead and switch legs. You might close your eyes now as you do this back and forth. Move, breathe, keeping the throat soft, even to that point where, just like Thich Nhat Hanh was talking about, this almost essence of a smile coming in. And that smile is really just a quality of being free of tension. I'm giving myself this gift of being free, of letting go of tension just for this moment. Keeping the lips really calm and relaxed. Good. And then as you bring both knees into the chest again, you're going to reach your arms way out to the side here, open across the chest, and really keep the legs together and just start to drop the knees a little to your right side. And then the knees can go up and over to your left side. Just drop them a little bit side to side. Just move back and forth. The spine then starts to move into a twist. Continue the softness of the throat and the breathing into the whole body. Aware of your spine, that spine starting to move and twist a little bit. Shoulders, arms grounded down here. Even a lot of space around your brain. So we have this quality of inner spaciousness. And then go ahead and pause right in the center. Drop your feet down to the mat. And then we're going to work a little bit the lower back, the lower front. You're going to contract around your navel and drop your navel down towards the floor. This is going to flatten your lower back. You're working the lower abdominal muscles. And then you release that, you relax the abdominal muscles, and you arch your lower back. So there's that lumbar curve. So this is a little subtle now. Do this back and forth. Contract the navel, it pulls in, flattening your lower back, and then you arch your lower back. So it's a little tilting back and forth. You might exhale, you pull your navel down. You inhale, you arch your lower back. Back and forth. Keeping the throat soft. It's a good way, just waking up those muscles. Lower body, abdominal muscles, lower back, just pelvis tilting here. Good. And then as you pause, you're going to take the hands behind the head, interlace the fingers behind the head, and then lift the feet away from the floor slightly. We're going to do some kind of sit-ups here with a twist. So you're going to lift your head up and aim your elbows towards your knees. And then extend the right leg, just lengthen it out and reach that right elbow across towards your left knee. And then you let this go. Head drops down. And then you lift your head again. And you extend that left leg out, the left elbow reaching across. And then letting go. And you lift your head again. You extend the right leg. Reach the right elbow across to the left knee. And then you let go. And you go back and forth. So lifting up, extending one leg, however you want to, going across. And just play with this now. Breathing, moving back and forth. No strain. So throughout all of this, this is really about this. I'm moving and breathing. I'm moving and breathing. So as we practice mindfulness, the mind can stay connected and calm and really just seeing the goodness, taking care of myself. That it's possible to smile as you're doing this. And then as you let that go, pause, you can release the arms down and go ahead and just roll over to one side and come up to all fours, taking yourself just right onto hands and knees. And as you move on to hands and knees, let's just let the spine move a little bit. You can move right into a cat and cow movement. So cat pose, you start to arch your back, rounding, squeezing. There's that navel lift, and then you move to your cow pose. You're moving to a back bend, reaching the chest forward a little bit. You could close your eyes as you go back and forth. Exhale, move to that cat pose. And then that inhale, moving to cow. Just feeling the breath now. You're moving, breathing through the nose, the throat, cleansing. Sensing the whole body here, the hands pressing, the strength through the arms. So it's not just the spine, the whole body, you're sensing this. And now as you go ahead and pause, now kind of a flat back, reach your right leg back. You can adjust in any way, so that just reaching, extending that leg back. And then bring the right knee down and then just extend the left leg back. So there's that keeping the throat relaxed as you do this. Breathe through the nose, and then that left knee comes down, that right leg reaching back. And then the opposite arm, the left arm reaching forward, thumb points up. And letting that go. And then that left leg goes back. The right arm reaching forward. And as you let this go, do this back and forth. Breathing and moving. There will be a waking up of the whole body to balance as you do this. Really keeping that softness of the lips, the mouth relaxed here. Listening to the breath, breathing through your nose. Good. Now as you pause, go ahead and move in any way to downward facing dog. Let the hands open up, just spread the fingers. And as you lift up, as a first down dog, lifting the hips up, you might kind of walk your feet a little bit, spread your toes. Just growing the arms and sense that length of the spine here. Lightly touch the knees down and move to child pose. Just let the hips go back, sitting back. Nice big breath. So we're going to start to take this into a really just fluid movement. As you come up, you're going to move to down dog again. So we're going to build from the ground up, kind of build into a sun salutation. So moving now to a plank pose. So the feet move back a little bit, lengthening, just letting that grow into that plank pose. Now lightly touch the knees down. Take a child pose for a moment. Just reach the hips way back at that kind of pull to the spine. Coming up, moving to down dog. Push into the floor. Get that lift of the hips up. Waking up the feet, the toes. Plank pose. Even in your plank pose, just pause and be still. Breathe through your nose, get that little smile around the heart, around the throat. Lightly touch the knees down and now lower onto your belly. Lower down. So extend the legs back, really reach them back and lift to a little cobra pose. Reach the chest forward. Wide across the chest, lots of space in the chest. Lower down, head drops down. And then just lift into your cobra again. The head lift, shoulders lift, wide, reach the heart forward, and then lower down. And just do maybe a few more of these. Even close the eyes, just lifting, lowering, lifting, lowering. Feel your back. And then moving back to down dog in your own way. Push into the hands. Press into the feet, lifting the hips up. And then take little steps forward. Take a moment, just pause in your forward bend. And then come all the way up. You're going to come all the way up to standing. Just push into the feet. Reaching up here. And just bring the arms down. So we're just going to swing the arms a little bit here. Just loose, loose, loose. And then we're going to get into just a really big, kind of a marching action here. So the feet, we're going to keep the feet really grounded, big swinging of the arms here, and this will do with the breath. So you're going to inhale, lift one knee up, reach the arms up, and then you come down. Then you inhale up, lifting the other knee, exhale down. This goes back and forth, your own pace. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Get a sense that you're starting to wake up all the strength you need to go into a tree pose, into a balancing pose. So you're grounding down through that standing leg, keeping a lift around the chest, that softness of the throat. And then as you let this go, feet a little bit wider apart and just start to move to a little twisting here. So the arms swing any way that feels right for your spine. It's good to keep the length through the spine all the way up through the crown of the head so your chin is level, not dropping your head. Good. And then as you pause here, feet grounded, move into a little bit of a squat pose. You're sitting back. The arms just reach forward. You can bring the arms all the way up if you want to. Come up to standing tall. And then just do a little side to side. You drop one arm, reaching to the top arm. You switch. Keeping the feet grounded here, move back and forth. And as you let this go, forward bend, fold all the way over. And just taking little variations on our sun salutation. Step back to down dog. And then just a little repetition. Move to your plank pose. Move back to down dog. And just do this back and forth. Breathing, moving, grounding your hands and feet. Exploring the strength of this and that softness of the throat the whole time. Now, in your own way, just transition where you lower onto your belly. You can practice your own way. This time as we lower, you're going to reach your arms back and move to a small locust pose where you lift your legs. You're going to reach back through your arms. You can just close your eyes here, pause. Sensing there's space inside, space in the body. Eyes are calm. Moving back to down dog. And then stepping forward, just walk forward and bring yourself all the way up to standing, coming up. As the arms come up, move again into your little squat, just sitting here. Standing. Side to side, arms back and forth. A light lift around your chest, your collarbones. And then just go ahead and pause. Arms down. Just close your eyes for a moment, standing. So we're going to move through just a standing sequence here where you will start by keeping your right foot forward and you'll take your left foot and you'll step it back. So this is a crescent pose. That back heel is up. You're going to reach your arms out to the side, really straighten that back leg. Lift up to the spine, reach the arms up. You can take whatever distance you want between your feet here, as wide as you wish. Let's give the body a little time to kind of grow into this. Mind calm. Space in the chest. And now arms are going to reach out to the side. And you're going to take a twist. You're going to reach that right arm back and start to twist. Opening. Just feeling, just that right twist. And as you untwist, you're going to move to tree pose. So we'll lean forward a little bit, stepping onto that right leg in your own way. placing that left foot wherever you want. Maybe that feeling through the right leg, the firm strength, the strong around the spine, lifting like everything and hugging into the center, balancing. Always good to remember that trees move. It might be that a little bit of oscillating here. Now that left foot is going to step back. Again, stepping back, but this time you'll rotate and open to your left. So now you're in a wide-legged position. Feet are parallel. And then move to a wide-legged forward bend. Fold over here. Breathing. A little lift of your toes. Spread the toes. The legs are straightening as you fold over. Closing your eyes. Feel your whole body. Allow now the right knee to bend a little bit, but really keep the left leg straight. Feeling that stretch, that opening through the left leg, and then that little bend of the left knee as you switch, the right leg straightening. Keep breathing into the whole body and just do this little back and forth. It's a small movement, back and forth. And then just push right into the feet and come all the way up. As you come back up to standing, you're going to reach your arms out. And then the right foot, we're going to prepare for warrior two pose. Right foot opens towards the front of your mat. The left foot, the toes point in slightly. Let's do a little warm up. You bend your right knee, bending. And then you straighten the right leg, and then you bend it again, and then you straighten. And as you do this a few times, you're even practicing the quality of really being grounded. So you can move and feel stable, and then that calm can come into the mind, a feeling of being grounded. The next time you bend the right knee, you'll pause, being in warrior two pose. Quality of space. Breath can move in the whole body. Now that back arm, left arm is going to lift up, and you're going to rotate towards the front of the mat and step back to downward facing dog. It's good to sense and feel like this down dog. What does the spine feel like in this pose? Like imagine you're lengthening the front of your spine, the back of your spine, just bringing awareness deep into the body. taking your plank pose. It's good to pause here too. Soften the face. Feel the strength of the arms, the legs lengthening. And then lightly touch the knees down, lower onto your belly, or however you want to lower down. The arms reach back again, moving to your locust pose. The legs lift, lifting the shoulders, lifting the head. You can do any variation of this, even the arms, legs, whatever feels right. And then as you lower down, look to your right side. Let the head rotate. And then you lift into this again, lengthening, lifting the legs. Draw the shoulder blades together. Space around the heart. And then as you lower, you look to the left. Lower down. And then as you lift up, we'll take hands on either side of the chest. Transition to your downward facing dog pose. And then walking forward towards your hands, your forward bend. Come up to standing, push into the feet, come all the way up, reach the arms up, move to a little squat. Really lifting, there's that lift of the ribs here in this squat pose. Staying connected. Feel the feet. And then push into the feet. Take a little side to side, that fluid moving, breathing side to side. And then pause. Arms come down. Now, left foot will stay forward. The right foot steps back. So we'll do this sequence on the left side. Finding the distance between your feet. Straightening the back leg. That bend of the left knee. Space around the heart. Get a sense of the whole body is doing this. Now, as the arms reach out to the side, you take your twist to the left. You reach the left arm back. Twisting, opening, but really sustain that sense of being grounded. Even if this gets kind of trembly or wobbly, the mind stays calm. As you untwist, tree pose, we lean forward, moving weight onto that left leg and explore, balancing what seems to work today in the body. standing leg, that stabilizing, sensing that I'm breathing. There will be a little movement here. Soft throat. And then as your arms come down, or as you let go of this, that right foot will step back and you'll open to your right. So feet are wide apart. You might want to peek at your feet so that you see that they're parallel. Take your forward bend. Fold forward. Drop your head completely. Even let the head shake a little bit here. Again, do the slight back and forth, bending right knee a little bit, bending the left knee a little bit. If you close your eyes here, you might really get that awareness in the hips and that little back and forth, sensing deep in the hip joints. Lift the toes a little bit, wiggle the toes. And then push right into the feet as you come up. Left foot opens to the front of your mat. That right foot, the toes point in. Then bend that left knee. Now here, you definitely might adjust your feet, the distance apart, the arms reach. Straighten that left leg. And then bending again. And explore that straightening and bending. Soles of the feet stay very open. Let's lift up through the spine. Really exploring, what this particular pose has to offer. And then bending the left knee and pause. Moving awareness inward. Back arm is going to lift up, rotate towards the front of your mat, moving to your downward facing dog. And again, close your eyes here. Feel the body. Maybe that sharpening of the angle in the hips, the arms lengthening, but the neck is lengthening. The legs and the arms really do work to straighten here. They don't accidentally straighten. Your plank pose. Your knees touching down. Moving onto your belly. As you move into your locust pose here, arms reach back, lifting the legs, chest forward, so maintain that softness of the throat. And then back to down dog. Hands on either side of the chest. As you're lifting up here. And then walking forward towards the hands. All the way up to standing. Reach the arms up. Arms all the way up, sitting into your squat. Standing. Dropping your right arm down, reach up and over with your left arm and just stay here for a few breaths. And then switching. Grounding the feet, reaching up through that right arm, that whole right side of the body, opening, stretching, opening. Throat is soft. Space around the chest. Good, and then just releasing the arm down. Now in your own way, and you can shift on your mat if you want to, we're going to step the feet a little bit wide apart, taking the pose of Kalyasana, which means that the toes point out to the side. And then you're going to start to bend your knees here and reach the knees out to the side. So you might adjust where the feet are, how far apart they are, how much they're pointing out to the side. And then we'll just do a few of these, kind of straighten the legs and then bend the knees, reach the knees out, get a feel for this straightening, bending. How this feels in the hips, how this feels in your lower back. You might start to lift the navel up a little bit as you bend your knees and get that energy moving up through the spine as you bend the knees. We're going to reach the arms out. Keep exploring this. The soles of the feet are open. You don't need to dig your toes in. Space in the chest. Reach the arms up. Pause with the knees bent. Now, just for fun, we're going to imagine that we're doing a pull-up. So take the hands and fists, and as you straighten your legs, imagine you're doing a pull-up. So straighten the legs, lift the chest like you're lifting your chin above that pull-up bar. And then you let go. Bend the knees, arms reach up, and then we do the pull-up. We straighten the legs and really lift up here, even your navel lifts. And you let that go. So you can keep going. You're going to play with doing this action. Yes, staying balanced and grounded as you do this. And maybe feeling this in your back and your shoulder blades. Because when you pull down here, you want that sense of like, oh, shoulder blades pulling down the back. Let yourself breathe here. You might, if you can hear that you're breathing, what you can hear is that you're not holding your breath. Like you're really breathing. Next time arms are up, knees are bent, just pause. And then take more of a cactus position with the arms. Goalpost position, palms forward. And then the forearms drop down, palms face down. And then they lift. And they drop down. And they lift. That's it. Just breathing as you do this. Just right for your shoulders. Good. And then let it go. Arms come down, legs straighten. Toes forward. And then step the feet together here. Mountain pose. And then just a really loose kind of marching action. Arms swing, knees lift as high as you want, but we do want the spine to really stay strong here. So rather than letting the spine round, you can sense like, yep, I'm lifting up through my spine. And then as you pause, feet down, then we'll just move into a repetition of sun breaths where you inhale, you bring your arms up. And as you exhale, you just go all the way over. You inhale, you come up. Exhale all the way over. As you keep doing this, I'm going to suggest that you keep your legs really straight and strong. Unless that feels painful, like then you might really bend your knees. Next time you're up, you stay up. Arms come down. Again, pause. And then we'll move into a little more dynamic action here of the breath of joy. So this is going to be, the inhale is actually 3 kind of puffs where you inhale and then the exhale all at once. So the arms will look like this. And then all the way over. So we'll be doing this maybe at different paces, but it's important to do this where it feels comfortable. So arms come up. Two more. Stay in your forward bend. Just let your head dangle down here. Then just kind of sneak down to the floor. Sitting, you will take your legs in front of you, feet apart. So we did this earlier in the beginning, so we'll just drop the knees back and forth, loose. I'm going to move into just this variation of a seated twist. I like this one because it's not so demanding of flexion in your hips. So you can drop your knees to your right side and really lift your top hip up. And as that lifts, it's going to help you to rotate and kind of spiral back, spiraling through your spine, twisting so you face behind you. Taking a breath so you can feel. And the more you breathe, the more you feel the whole body. Being sensitive to the spine. Breathing around your navel. And untwist. And as you come back towards the front, the knees will go up and over to the other side. The top hip really lifts up, kind of initiates that rotation through the lower back, through spine, moving up through the spine, twisting. Feeling so that you can tell like you're not forcing or cranking the body into this. Maybe close your eyes. Looking closely within that, we're really practicing sending ourselves this wish, may I be free of tension. We might see this takes practice, and yet it's possible to be free of tension. Untwist. As you come towards the front, we'll just briefly take soles of the feet together. Lean back a little bit and just reach the knees way out to the sides. Lift of the chest. And then the knees will come up. And you're going to take yourself right onto your back. Go ahead and recline back. And we'll just do a nice repetition of our bridge pose. So the arms will drop down right alongside you, along the sides of the body. Knees will bend and feet are on the floor. Making sure your shoulders are grounded. You might even kind of flatten your shoulder blades down. And then really just press straight down through your feet and start to lift your butt away from the floor. And as you're lifting, really feel throat stays relaxed, the neck relaxed. Little lift of the breastbone. the grounding of the shoulders. Tailbone lifts up. And then just gradually let your spine decide, like, how does it want to lower back down? I find with this one that repetition is really beneficial. Close your eyes and practice lifting up. Yes, you will, like, use your glutes a little bit, draw the tailbone in, and then you lower down. Do this slow, in slow motion, and get into the feeling of the details here. And the mindful part of our yoga is that I can be free of tension. I can keep my throat soft. And that softness is like we're planting seeds of how Thich Nhat Hanh talked about, I can actually smile. And the smile is just due to this freedom. I don't need to panic. I can be free of tension. So you just feel the body, this fluidity, however high you're lifting up is just right. Just feel your spine. This repetition is really good for kind of feeling this fluidity and movement in your spine, that it's getting into that kind of nimble ability that you can move. And the heart is staying open the whole time. There's just that sense of space in the chest the whole time. Throat, mouth relaxed. Eyes are calm. Now, next time that you lower down, you're going to take your arms a bit more out to the side, and then your feet will just move wider apart towards the outer edges of your mat. And then go ahead and just drop your knees over to the right. Let them just flop over. Open across the chest. Maybe you let the head roll so you face the left. It's a really small twist, but breathe to your belly here. Belly soft. In a way, this is our emotional center. In a caring way, just bring your awareness there and just feel that I'm allowing my belly to soften. Kind of letting it all in, letting it all in. Now move to the other side. The knees go up and over. You may let the head just roll to the other side. There really is no effort in this pose. But you are aware of awareness in the body. Feel the belly. Like, oh, that's what I'm doing here. I'm practicing feeling. Maybe a little deeper breath. You can choose like a little wave of breath. Now do this a couple times back and forth in your own ways. fluid movement. Because as you practice back and forth, like I'm sustaining freedom of tension through the throat, just letting the body do this however it wants, that real spaciousness through the whole abdomen and space around the heart. Sense the breath moving through your nose all the way through the airways to your lungs. Open that space, that channel. And then let yourself move to Shavasana. You could stay here with your knees bent for a moment. Then however you want to prepare, you might cover up with a blanket or just let the legs lengthen out here. In Shavasana, we practice moving into stillness. Now the body is doing nothing. We're not trying to make the body do anything. If laying on the floor you find really uncomfortable or it is not relaxing, you could come to seated. You could sit in a chair. The body now is doing nothing. And the mind you could describe as doing one thing. It's making sure that the body is doing nothing. So you might look closely, bring awareness to your forehead, the space at the forehead. Is there any tension there? Feeling and sensing as the forehead softens. May I be free of tension. Aware of the space around your eyes. Maybe it's the skin on your face softening. Aware of your lips. Aware of your throat. The base of the throat. Your whole neck. Letting the neck just soften so that completely drop the weight of your head. Do this knowingly. I'm dropping the weight of my head. And then letting awareness move down to your belly. The belly, the lower back. May I be free of tension. Just imagine this whole area melting, softening. Practicing doing nothing. space of the hips, the softening and dropping the weight of the legs. And aware of the whole body, weight of the arms. The mind is alert. I'm practicing letting go. What does it feel like? Even the smallest sense of relaxing the lips. Again, again. You keep giving yourself this gift of your own awareness, your own love and attention. You can practice coming out of this pose. Maybe bend the knees one at a time. Give the arms a little stretch, maybe reach above your head. Just being grateful for taking this time. And as you come back up to seated, it's good to just remember how deeply the world really benefits when you take time for yourself, to take care of yourself in a way that no one else can. So we'll take palms together in front of the heart and really send out the wish. May the work that we do, may our efforts here extend out and benefit people around us, and may it ripple out, and may all beings benefit from this work we've done of developing compassion and peace. I'm going to close with a soft little om. If you want to join in, you can. Take a deep inhale. Deep gratitude. Thanks so much, everyone. And what's lovely is that I'll see you again here next Friday. Um, there will be a weekly offering, and Common Ground will, you might notice that on this Common Ground channel, there's a lot of other class offerings that you can just click and enjoy. Um, and then, as a reminder, if you want to support Common Ground, if you want to support me, that you can do that. You will have to go to the Common Ground website, which is easily found at commongroundmeditation.org. And there is a page there about donating. I'm sure if you navigate through, you will find ways to donate. I know I included it in one of my emails. And if you don't know how to donate, just send us an email. You can also donate through the mail. Our address is on the website. And if you want part of that to go towards me, that you do have to indicate that. You could say, this is for Nancy Boler's yoga. And how it works is that if you do that, that 2/3 of that will go directly to me, and then a third will go to Common Ground. Um, oh, and then my website also is at boleryoga.com, BOLERYOGA.com. And there's other downloadable yoga there also if you want to view that. So have a wonderful rest of your day and week. Hope to see you soon.